Boy, these lights are bright. Coming from a TV guy, that means something, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you. Welcome to the inaugural Woody Williams Legacy of Service celebration, honoring our beloved, yes. Honoring our beloved Medal of Honor recipient Herschel Woody Williams and his commitment to our Gold Star families and supporters of his mission. This event was also being held in conjunction with what would have been Woody's 100th birthday this coming Monday, and there will be another special event held to properly honor him on that day. My name is Pat Simon. I anchor the evening news on Channel 13, WOWK. I'm also a very proud, retired now Army Lieutenant Colonel, and I served a combat tour in Iraq back in 2009. I'm just so blessed to have been able to be a small part of service to our country, and really that's why we're here tonight, service and honoring that service, right? We are here this evening with some distinguished Medal of Honor recipients on the front row here, Gold Star families as well, donors and supporters. We thank you so much. We're all celebrating Woody, and we're raising some important funds to further the mission of the Woody Williams Foundation. And we're so pleased that you could join us this evening for this event. So allow me, if you can, at the beginning of this, to share two memorable moments that always remind me of the kind of person Woody was. Humble and humorous. First, the humble. A few years ago, I was given the gift, the opportunity to travel with Woody to San Diego to record history of the christening of his Navy ship. As many of you know, for years after receiving his Medal of Honor, Woody always said that medal was not about him. It was to honor two fellow Marines who provided cover fire to protect him as he bravely operated 6 flamethrowers over a 4-hour period to break through Japanese lines at Iwo Jima. It was February 23, 1945, the same day that iconic photo was taken of the raising of the American flag. Of the 4 Marines who protected Woody that day, 2 of them were killed. Well, in San Diego, for the ship christening, unbeknownst to Woody, which is rare because you couldn't get anything past Woody, right? Not even if you tried. But during that time, fellow Marine Patrick O'Leary and another Marine had done some investigative work. And Pat came up to me and he says, "We have the names of those 2 men who saved Woody's life, finally." So a special ceremony was held that day for Gold Star families, and 2 memorial markers were unveiled for Woody with the names Corporal Warren H. Bornholtz and Private First Class Charles G. Fisher. Those Marines saved Woody's life, and in essence, his legacy, which lives on today. And Woody told me, quote, "I can't say anything to them, but I hope spirit-wise, somehow they can pick up that my thoughts are with them." Well, I know he got the opportunity to finally thank them in person in heaven. And now, quickly, the humorous Woody. Get ready for this. That same trip to San Diego, the excitement was in the air. Woody had that extra pep in his step. He was thrilled. Tracy, you remember. And when it came time for my interview with him after the ship christening, I asked Woody how he felt about this ship being named after him. His immediate retort with that West Virginia twang was, "Simon, this beautiful ship is named for me. I'm still alive, aren't I?" One for you, Woody, one for you. Just one of the reasons why we adore the no-nonsense yet fun-loving hero and patriot, our own Woody Williams, and his mission lives on tonight. So let's begin the program. Please rise for the presentation of the colors. And at this time, we invite the Sissonville High School Marine Corps JROTC to present the colors. Present the colors. At this time, we welcome Kathy Mullins, Gold Star Mother of Specialist for Brandon Scott Mullins, USA, U.S. Army, to sing our national anthem. And remain standing, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Medal of Honor recipient Don Doc Ballard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. At this time, we'd like to welcome Chad Graham, the President and CEO of the Woody Williams Foundation. Chad.
Pat, it's almost like me following Woody. I have to move the mic up a little bit. Well, good evening, and we want to thank you all once again for being here. This is our first annual, and so this means you have to come back every year. You made that commitment when you got here, so we want you to be a part of this moving forward. But before we really get started tonight, once again, I want to thank all of you for being here, for being a part of this, for being a part of carrying the mission forward and carrying on that legacy of service. Woody taught us so much, and he left us very direct orders to carry this mission on. And it is up to all of us, and that's really what tonight is about. We are taking up that charge. We are passing the baton, and it is up to each and every one of us to come together and serve that cause. The cause is greater than I. 6 very simple words that Woody lived by. His motto and our motto as an organization. There's a few people I'd like to recognize. First, I'll start with the most important people in this room. If I could ask our Gold Star families to stand, if you are able and comfortable to do so that we might recognize you and thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you so much. These families have been so generous with us to share the legacy of their loved one, of their hero. And so let's all make a commitment to them to live a life worthy of that sacrifice that was made so that we could all be free. As Pat mentioned, Woody would often say, I don't wear this medal for me. I'm not a hero. It's not about me, it's about them. Those who did not get to come home. He said, I am merely the caretaker. Well, everyone in this room is a caretaker of his legacy, a caretaker of his mission, and a caretaker of our mission at the Woody Williams Foundation. As we enjoyed earlier, once again, Woody's favorites. If you had a chance to be around him, I'm seeing Bubba Beeson grinning down here on the front row. If he saw popcorn, beeline. We're going to have some ice cream in a bit, beeline. A few times we couldn't find him. Where's Woody? Where's Woody? Bowl of ice cream. But it's those joyous moments that have blossomed into a room full of people who, once again, are taking up that charge and that mission. I want to recognize our Medal of Honor recipients and their families for being here. Woody's brothers, Woody's family, and a part of our family. I also want to recognize Woody's family. It's so wonderful to look out here and see us together. I've only prepared another hour of comments, but I've shaved it to 60 minutes. Stole that one from Woody, one of my favorites. But thank you all once again for being here. And we'd like to share a video with you to help tell our why. Thank you again.
Every Christmas, every holiday, our family has the empty chair. Not only Darren, but the thousands of others throughout our country's history, it's important that that legacy continues and that people know the sacrifice that our country has given.
It's just really important to us as a family just to continue to keep his memory alive and honor that legacy.
It's very special to know that we can walk up to this monument and another family be standing there and we can hold hands and we can talk about our sons, our daughters together. We can get through that grief process together.
My name's Chad Graham, and I have the honor of serving as president of the Woody Williams Foundation. We're celebrating 10 years of bringing communities together. We are focused on honoring, recognizing, and serving our Gold Star families and the legacy of their loved ones who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Our families tell us all the time, when we ask, what can we do for you? They simply say, remember. We need to be committed to that. We need to say the names of their loved ones.
I'm Lynn Romans, Gold Star mother of Sergeant Darren Potter.
My dad's name is Captain Timothy Sean Anderson.
We are the Gold Star parents to Specialist Brandon Scott Mullins.
He was serving in Iraq in September of 2003. They were on a mission headed in a convoy when they became under attack. The vehicle he was in went off of the road into a canal that was filled with water, and his body was swept away.
He served in Afghanistan, he did a tour over there, and while he was there, he just became really ill, and it was a result of being exposed just to the explosions and everything that he was faced with when he was in Afghanistan. He passed away on April 16th of 2011.
Our son Brandon Scott Mullins was killed in action on August 25th, 2011.
The first time that I saw one of the monuments, I think that the main thing that stuck out to me is the cutout. That kind of hit me as, you know, like that's my service member, that's my father who is no longer here.
Every time I walk up to the monument, I see Brandon. The silhouette is perfection.
I was always impressed too by the black granite, how that when you go up to it, you can kind of see a reflection of yourself in it, and that, you know, that's part of you that this is representing too.
People are sacrificing their lives for this country. Like, truly, people are giving the ultimate sacrifice, and to know that there are organizations out there that recognize that and they're doing all that they can to support the family members that are left behind it's special, and it's really important to me.
We always say, enjoy your freedom. It was paid for. And Brandon, his life mattered. Not only Brandon's, but all the soldiers who have died in the name of freedom, their lives have mattered.
Yes.
Woody Williams Foundation is very important in educating and letting people know and being very visible so that the sacrifices of our loved ones are not forgotten.
Before he deployed, thankfully, I had left him a message and told him, I said, Brandon, please call me back and I'm not going to answer. And you leave me a voicemail so I can hear your voice anytime. And he did. He says, Mom, I got your message, going away today, going away for a little bit. But don't worry, I'm going to make it back.
Hey, Mom, Brandon. It's crazy, huh? I'm all grown up, 21, living on my own.
I love you. I love all you guys. Got a little business to take care of. It's no big deal. I'm going to go handle it.
And come back. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be home. All right, Mom, I love you. And I guess just call me back here in a little bit whenever you get this message.
To learn more about how you can support Gold Star families, please go to woodywilliams.org.
That was beautiful, wasn't it? As Miss Mullins says, because their lives matter. And that's why we're here tonight. At this time, it's my honor to welcome Woody's youngest daughter, Tracy Ross, and grandsons Brian Casey and Chad. Come on back up here to present the Legacy of Service Awards.
I'm short. Good evening. As you all know, I am Woody's daughter, Tracy. And my sister Travi and I just want to thank each of you from the bottoms of our hearts for coming here to celebrate Dad's legacy and to recognize Gold Star families. Of course, we're celebrating Dad's 100th birthday as well. It will be Monday, and so I think we're going to have a little cake and celebrate a little early, and ice cream. So as we come here this evening, we can look back on Dad's mission and what he was able to accomplish in a relatively short amount of time. We can also see that we have a huge task ahead of us. Each of us can have a part in seeing that Gold Star families are always remembered and honored. Whether it be telling other people about the mission, giving our time and our resources to the mission, we can help the Woody Williams Foundation continue to make a difference in the lives of those who have lost a loved one while they were protecting our country and our freedom. Again, we are so grateful that you've joined us in celebrating Dad's legacy. Thank you.
As one of Woody's grandsons, and I'm sitting here looking at the schedule thinking, you get real torn because Woody really was big on a schedule. But I think it's, as I look back at the foundation and I think about its leadership and what it's accomplishing to raise awareness for our Gold Star families. I can recall Woody 10 miles from here 10 years ago, 2 days from now, dedicating the first Gold Star Family Memorial Monument. And candidly, in his words, selfishly, we thought we were done. That day, Woody's goal was to have a Gold Star Family Memorial Monument. Today, I think Woody would renew the challenge for everybody here to help the families in communities that have yet to get a Gold Star Family Memorial Monument, obtain one for their Gold Star families. He would also embrace the challenge, or ask us to embrace the challenge, of continuously bringing people back to those monuments to make sure that we never forget the sacrifice that the Gold Star families have endured for us. So, as Tracy said, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, from our family's heart. And those of you who knew Woody know from his heart, as he sits and watches with these folks as loved ones, what we're doing here today to honor Gold Star families. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for supporting the foundation. Thank you for supporting the cause.
So one of the reasons we are here tonight is to honor four, but there are 3 awards we're going to present. 4 very special folks who have lived and walked that same walk that Woody did, with a commitment to serving others. And before we present those awards, there's some folks in here that I also want to recognize, because I look around this room and I see folks who have been a part of a Gold Star Families Memorial Monument. Those who have led that committee, those who have led that effort, those who have been a part of our outreach program, and those who have supported our education program. Many honorary board members out here. It's so good to see your faces. If I could ask any of you who've been a part of our programming to stand so we might recognize you. Thank you all so much. So now we are going to present the Legacy of Service Award. And the first award goes to a gentleman that I met and forged a friendship with via Zoom for several years, because he was 14 hours ahead of us on an island called Guam, where Woody had fought and been a part of the liberation of Guam. If I could ask Tim Ono to join us on stage, please. Now, Tim, we chose because of his pure commitment, not only to the Monument Project, but to what he is doing with that project. He has become a conduit a facilitator to Gold Star families on Guam who many times feel that they are so far removed from anyone who remembers their loved one or that they have any access to the services and organizations that serve them and remember their loved ones. So committed that even when a catastrophic storm, the worst in 100 years, washed over the whole island, devastating all of Guam, he had a ruck scheduled. He had an Operation Caretaker event scheduled during Carry the Load. He texted me, and I said, Tim, are you and your family okay? And he said, we're great. Praise the Lord, we're safe. Don't think that we're not still going to complete the mission. And they did, and he continues to. Tim, you live those 6 simple words. The cause is greater than I. You, as a veteran, you as someone who is truly, truly committed in your life to serving others. Please accept this award in appreciation for your commitment and service. Thank you, Tim. Now I have to pull it way down for Tim. He and Woody, same height.
This is a shock. He didn't tell me he was going to do anything like this, so I didn't prepare anything. But what an honor. I'm speechless. I never had the honor of meeting Woody in person, but we've Zoomed a few times with Chad kind of facilitating that. And Tracy kind of in the background doing the IT work. But we had the honor after we did a fundraiser when we did one of our runs, we call it a run across the island. We actually ran across the island on the short part. It's only 6 miles, but we did that fundraiser, and at the end of it, we Zoomed in Woody to speak to a lot of the participants, and Tracy was there to kind of facilitate that. And it was only a few days before his 98th birthday, so we wanted to try to surprise him and see if they can bring a cake out while we sang him happy birthday. So we had an opportunity to sing him his 98th birthday, wish him happy birthday, and sing that. But what an honor it's been to be part of this foundation, to meet so many Gold Star families out there, having served in the military and lost some friends that I served with. I still stay in touch with some of the Gold Star families or the Gold Star widows. And then when we got an opportunity to get this one built on Guam, aside from the politics, it was such an honor, such an honor. And it was shortly, only a few days before we were planning to unveil it, because it was planned to happen on Liberation Day. And as some of you guys know, Woody was on there to help liberate Guam. On the 29th of June, we had the opportunity to do a sunrise service in memory of his passing 1 year. And Chad participated in that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for our team in Guam, if you're watching. This thing is live. What an honor, what a surprise, and especially meeting all the Gold Star families out here too. So thank you very much. God bless.
Well deserved, to say the least. Our next Legacy of Service honoree is a gentleman that I've caught some flack when I call his name across the room, because he does not go by his given name of David. He goes by the name Stupid. That's his name when he's on the road riding hundreds of thousands of miles on his motorcycle. honoring Gold Star families, serving veterans, and serving all of our military families. He has been to each and every Gold Star Families Memorial Monument on his motorcycle, except for Guam or Hawaii. He said that ride would have been a little tough across the water. I told him if he got fast enough, he could kind of skip across maybe the first 100 yards. And he did show up in Guam. But he continues every day to honor the families. And you see the connection that he has with our Gold Star families. And you see how he connects them to resources. And you see him put his arms around them. You see all these families running to him. Stupid, stupid, stupid. My mother said, "Why do you call that nice man that?" I said, "Mom, that's his name." So if we can invite David McElroy to come up and receive the Legacy of Service Award. It is our honor to present this Legacy of Service Award to you, David, stupid, McElroy.
You don't have my speech on here. I'm going to be short and sweet. And to quote Woody, "The cause is greater than I." It is about our Gold Star families. It is about our veterans. We just finished up our 4th Gold Star Families Memorial Ride, and our mission statement is to recognize our Gold Star families, to remember their fallen heroes, and to honor our veterans, and that is what it is all about. May we never forget.
The next award is presented to 2 honorees jointly. A quick story. A few years back, we get a call from this guy named Bubba Beeson from BB, Arkansas. And I thought, this is a prank. Little did I know that I was meeting one of the dearest friends that I would have in my life. And much like Tim and David, he and his wife, Angela, have committed their lives to serving others. Tim, an Army veteran and special operator, a fellow Air Force veteran of Bubba, David, Bubba himself, an Air Force veteran, and Angela, an educator, a servant leader, and I bet she's the general in the house. But they have committed themselves through their nonprofit, Arkansas Run for the Fallen, and through partnerships with organizations like us to serve Gold Star families, and to do it in such a tremendous way, not for the expectation of accolades, not for the recognition, but doing it for the right reason and leading from the front. We love them dearly, and we would welcome Bubba and Angela Beeson to join us up here to receive this Legacy of Service Award. We've got to give you the award first.
Okay.
It is our sincere honor to recognize you all with this Legacy of Service Award.
I really don't have much to say. It's truly humbling. I don't want to start crying, but what we do for Gold Star families, had this premonition back in the day. If something happens to me, I would hope someone would recognize me and say my name. And then we got hooked up with the Woody Williams Foundation, and we've been wide open ever since. So it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to know Woody's family and to carry on his tradition. Thank you.
One of the greatest honors of our life was meeting Woody, and seeing the commitment that he had. It's a challenge to us every single day. We're so thankful for the Gold Star families we've met, and hope that in some way we can just support them in the best way we know how, and do the things that I know Woody would have done. And we're just honored to be a part of this, and just thank you.
Once again, if we could get a round of applause for all of our honorees.
We want to continue the program right now and welcome Kathy and Tommy Mullins, Gold Star parents of Specialist for Brandon Scott Mullins, as they perform a song that they wrote, 21.
Test, test. It's such an honor to be here to share this song. You heard part of Brandon's voicemail. We are a military family. Tommy's a United States Army veteran. Your dad was a veteran. Your brother was a veteran. My dad was Air Force. So we live and breathe the military. And our oldest son is still on active duty in Vicenza, Italy. And we're excited that he'll be retiring. Even after he lost his brother, he continued to serve. And our daughter's married to a soldier. He's a recruiter in Paducah, Kentucky. So we have this long, beautiful lineage of service. And you know, we live by our choices. You know, Brandon chose to go in the Army. He chose that life, and he wouldn't have traded it. One of the last things he told me on the phone was, because he would call us, and it'd be like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, because we're in Kentucky, he's in Afghanistan. And I said, Brandon, what's your day like today? And he says, Mom, and I always try to talk like him, if you knew what I was doing, you wouldn't want me to be here, but I'm going to come back, and I'm going to help my boys, because this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So at the end of our song, we're going to play the entire voicemail so you can kind of get a better picture of him. Brandon's life mattered. The military war has touched, I would venture to say, everyone in this room. We know someone whose life has been, who has paid the ultimate sacrifice or has brought some of that war home and continues to fight. So it is important for us to share the stories of our soldiers. This song, even though it might bring a little tear, it also touches your heart in a good way. I'm blessed. I'm talking a lot, but I'm blessed this year to teach music at school. And my first year, I've been teaching music in other venues, but in public school. And I played a Veterans Day song because we're working on a Veterans Day program, right? And the kids, and I said, now this song might touch your heart and bring a tear. And they said, well, why do you want that song to make us cry, Miss Mullins? And I'm like, well, it's not about, music is emotions, and it tells the stories, and it might make you sad, but then it might make you happy. So it's one of those weird things about that. So that's our song. Tommy, through our grieving process, wrote this based on the voicemail. It's called 21. It not only just our son's story, but this is the story of all of our soldiers have a story. So we'd like to share ours. Okay, here we go.
Check, check. Thank you. This is 21, Ode to a Soldier.
Knee pads and rollerblades. You know the boy loved to skate. Sometimes we'd find him blocks away at the age of 5. Bold and brave was how he ran. The kid could never seem to understand boundaries we would set for him. he would try. Now he's 21, all grown up and on his own, yeah. 21, with the world beneath his feet, yeah. 21, the battlefield calls his name, but he'll make it home. Make it home at 21.
This was our son. This is his life story.
Open arms, everybody's friend. Never was much for the paper and pen, but hockey stick girls or a fishing pole. Now he's ready to go. For an M16, he traded his jeans. Graduated basic at the age of 19. Shout loud, make it really loud. Mom and Pop are proud. First tour Afghanistan. Once above, now man had found a purpose he was looking for. A warrior gave his all out tears. 21, all grown up and on his own, yeah. 21, he's got the world beneath his feet. 21, the battlefield calls his name, but he'll make it home. Yeah, he's gonna make it home. Freedom isn't free. He paid red. He paid red. He finally turned his life around and went from hell bent to heaven bound. It's 21. I'm all grown up and on my own. You see, Mom, I'm 21. I've got the world beneath my feet, yeah. 21. I hear the battlefield is calling me, but I'ma make it home. Yeah, I'm gonna make it home at 21.
Soldier boy, oh my little soldier boy. Soldier boy, oh my little soldier boy. Soldier boy.
Hey, Mark, Brandon. Through the day. A big day. It's crazy, huh? I'm all grown up, 21, living on my own. Going away today for a little bit. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be home. I'm gonna make it back. But I got your text. You wanted me to leave you a voicemail, so I love you. I love all you guys. I got a little business to take care of. It's no big deal. I'm going to go handle it and come back. All right, Mom, I love you. And I guess just call me back here in a little bit whenever you get this message. All right, bye.
21, Ode to a Soldier.
Test, thank you. Just want to share one last thing about Woody. I met Woody 10 years ago, right after he had dedicated that monument. I was in Virginia Beach. And I couldn't believe that this little man with his pretty medal around his neck would talk about Gold Star families. I was there with Brandon's best friend. He's a Navy chief. We were there at that dinner together, and we met Woody, and Thomas was like, do you know who he is? He is a big deal, big deal. So getting to know Woody and Brent over these past few years has been amazing. But to be involved in this amazing organization that brings our families together, It is important for organizations to do what they do. I've made some wonderful friends. My dear friend Candy Martin is with us tonight. She lives in Texas. Had it not been for things of this nature through organizations such as this, I would never have that wonderful support from Candy. I've met my good friend Cindy Stonebreaker through events of things like this. We have a whole row of families who share similar stories to ours. It is important. We live by our choices. We chose to be here tonight to continue the legacy of this beautiful man who gave so much of his life to serve. So thank you for letting us share this story. We hope it has touched your heart. It's bittersweet and makes us sad and happy at the same time, but Brandon was larger than life. Woody was larger than life. So thank you again, Chad and the family.
Kathy, Tommy, Brandon, thank you again so much for your service and your sacrifice. That's what this is all about. We appreciate you. Can we have another round of applause? There's not a dry eye in the crowd after that beautiful song. Thank you. At this time, it's my honor to introduce to you tonight our keynote speaker, Command Master Chief Britt Slabensky, United States Navy SEAL, retired, Medal of Honor recipient, Afghanistan. Britt Slabensky is from Northampton, Massachusetts. He earned the rank of Eagle Scout at the age of 14, and he enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1988. He graduated in January 1990 with BUDS Class 164. Slabensky retired from naval service after 25 years as Commander Master Chief, and during those years he completed 9 overseas deployments and 15 combat deployments in support of the global war on terrorism, including Operations Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom. Slabensky was awarded the Medal of Honor from President Donald J. Trump on May 24, 2018, for his actions during combat operations on March 4, 2002, while deployed in Afghanistan in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker tonight, Command Master Chief Britt Slabensky.
Thank you. Thank you. March 23rd, 2018, 1:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I received a call from the President of the United States. He was inviting me to the White House to receive the Medal of Honor. So that's when I first learned that the medal was coming my way. And as you can imagine, I went through all the human emotions: denial, outright rejecting it. Then grief came as the memories of the action came back like just a tidal wave of destruction. And then, of course, acceptance. And then I started looking for the how. The how am I going to carry this? I searched for exemplars, other recipients that carried it successfully and illuminated the path. That's when I found Woody. How, you ask? Well, like everybody else, I Googled him. I watched video after video, many of them over and over again. I found myself leaning on him, and I hadn't even met the man yet. But he was guiding me. I thought, boy, he's the one, and I must speak with him. Today, as I stand here before you, I do so not merely as a Medal of Honor recipient, but as someone who had the profound honor of knowing Woody. Woody was more than a war hero to me. He was a mentor, a steady cornerstone to lean on, and in many ways, a father figure. It's said that wearing the medal is more challenging than earning it. And now I can attest that the gravity of this medal is indeed strong. Yet Woody's story, like those of so many of our recipients, and as you know, two others are here with us tonight, they showed me the way. Taught by word and deed, through courage, conviction, and compassion, the message was clear. Follow us. You can do this. Woody also showed me that the medal transcends accolades. It speaks to a deeper truth about service and sacrifice. And when the time came, shortly after the White House ceremony, it was at the first Medal of Honor convention my wife and I attended. I stopped just short of the door that was just leading towards the room where there were some 30 recipients inside. They were getting ready to do some event. And I couldn't go in. I remember we just stopped at the doorway. You know, you get that little voice that goes in your head that we all have. I said, what am I doing here? I'm not like them. Are you kidding me? Just go home where you belong. Well, we went in, and Woody was there, and he said, hey, you're the new guy. And I said, yes, sir. He said, call me Woody, and welcome to the family. And just like that, he had removed my anxiety. And then he said to me in perfect Marine Corps fashion, son, you've got to put a shine on that medal. It needs to be polished and shiny. You need to put some Brasso on there. I said, yes, sir. But the Navy doesn't shine their medals. It wasn't going to be me that was going to say, you know, the Marine Corps is really part of the Navy. It's the same department. I wasn't going to do that. I was like, that's going through my mind, but I'm like, yeah, no, don't. Not right now. And then he looks down at the floor, just in an apparent look of disgust, right? I mean, I think all of you probably know that look. And he looks straight in my eyes with a little stronger tone this time. I think, Chad, you probably know that tone that he's talking about here, right? Right? Just looks me right in the eye, and he's like, it's meant to be polished. And with that, I had just received my first reprimand from a Medal of Honor recipient. Yeah, I can hear him right now, because I still haven't polished it, as you can tell from the pictures. Polish that medal, sailor. So in Woody's honor, we have a little, it's barkeeper's friend. It's not Brasso, but I just wanted to say, I'll never look at that brass polishing again in the same light. Our paths crossed as recipients, but our bond was forged in the countless conversations and shared moments and mutual respect that followed. Each interaction was a lesson, every story a parable, and through it all, Woody became a cornerstone of knowledge and wisdom in my life. We often speak of valor in terms of bravery on the battlefield, and indeed, Woody's actions during the Battle of Iwo Jima exemplify such courage. But it was his actions after the battle, away from the spotlight of war, that truly defined his character. He taught me that true valor is as much about what we do off the battlefield as on it. It's about how we carry ourselves, the legacies we leave behind, and the lives we touch. Woody's commitment to our Gold Star families was a testament to his convictions. He understood, perhaps better than most, the weight of loss. The establishment of the Woody Williams Foundations was not just a mission. It was another personal calling for him. Through the Gold Star Memorial Monuments, he provided communities with a tangible symbol of remembrance that the sacrifices of these families are never forgotten. Knowing Woody, he would likely brush off any praise, redirecting the spotlight to his comrades and the Gold Star families he so cherished. But today, on what would have been his 100th birthday, Monday, we celebrate the man behind the mission. Woody was a reservoir of stories, and we all have so many good stories of him, don't we? Each one imparting a lesson, a piece of wisdom. I recall one, just one evening at one of our conventions, we were talking about his time on Iwo Jima, and it wasn't about the combat that he really emphasized. I think, as you all know, it was about his teammates and the bonds formed during the crucibles of that fight. He spoke with that, that glint in his eye, but still with a little heavy heart about those times and those that were lost. In my journey as a recipient, Woody's guidance has been invaluable. His stories, wisdom, and example have been a compass, steering me through challenges, reminding me of the values we stand for and the legacy we leave behind. This medal, as Woody taught me, it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the nation, tells the story of the values that built it, and it belongs in some part to the 40 million Americans that have served our military. Certainly a piece of it belongs to our Gold Stars too, doesn't it? He taught me I'm just a humble caretaker of the medal with the time that I have left. All of you know this rosette also represents the medal. It's another symbol, of course, and this one was Woody's. It's with me every day, and so is he. To be a Medal of Honor recipient means to uphold a standard, to represent the very best of what our nation stands for. Woody not only met this standard, but elevated it. His humility, resilience, unwavering commitment to his brothers in arms and to the nation are an inspiration to all of us. Today we celebrate his centennial birthday, but look, I urge each of you to reflect upon Woody's legacy, his example. Boy, do we need him today more than ever. Let's honor him by living the values he embodies, his service, compassion, dedication, a little bit of badass, because let's face it, he was. Let's ensure that those stories of our fallen heroes and their families who support them remain etched in our collective memory. Woody, I miss you. You may no longer be with us, but your spirit, wisdom, legacy continue to guide. They continue to inspire, continue to uplift. You left an indelible mark on my life and on the heart of this nation. May that legacy continue to inspire and guide us for another century and beyond. Thank you.
Command Master Chief, thank you so much, and thanks for your service, sir. As a part of this special evening, we now have a ceremonial passing of the flag, and during this part of the ceremony, the Woody Williams flag will be handled with great care and reverence. It will be passed from one person to another, symbolizing the passing of responsibility, duty, and service from one individual and generation to the next. Each flag bearer has distinguished themselves in service to others. They are a part of the fabric of Woody's legacy, and most importantly, the legacy of service. They have truly embraced Woody's motto and ethos, "The cause is greater than I." We'd like to welcome back Chad Graham for the introduction of the flag bearers. Chad.
I'd like to thank Britt again for your comments. It means so much to us. As Pat mentioned, the folks that we are going to honor as a part of this passing the flag ceremony have distinguished themselves in the way that they live and serve. And we're going to carry this flag with us everywhere we go. If the foundation is there, this flag will be there. And this ceremony is symbolic, once again, of the passing of that baton and us carrying the mission forward. So as I call the names of the flag bearers, I'd ask that you join us up here on stage. Some of you are Marines, and I didn't have time to paint yellow footprints on the stage, so we went with blue tape. So we'll guide you if you get lost. I'd like to welcome Bernie Lyons. And as these honorees and participants that are bearing this flag come forward and give a word about them, Bernie has been a part of building not 2, not 3, not 4. He's led the charge on several, and he continues to carry that forward with each and every monument. United States Marine Corps veteran Bernie Lyons. Our next flag bearer and honoree, another veteran who gave us a call one time and said, "You guys should really think about building a traveling monument." And I said, "Great idea." He said, "I already built one. Come see it." If I could welcome Randy Kugler as we honor him. Randy has built a retreat of sorts at his home up in Ohio in the Miami Valley area, and he gathers Gold Star families there periodically, and he is one of those beacons within his community serving Gold Star families. Randy Kugler. I'd like to welcome from Lubbock, Texas, Danny Koch. I always joke and say, "Welcome to Lubbock. You're going to love it." They haven't picked that up yet. Danny, if you could join us, please. Danny was the committee chair and is our honorary board member from the project in Lubbock, where he combined not only the Gold Star Families Memorial Monument, but a tribute to the Medal of Honor as well as Purple Heart recipients. And he continues to work in his community tirelessly, and most recently in honoring the 13 that we lost. Danny Koch. Where is Kim Mitchell? Kim, if you could join us on stage, please. Kim, a distinguished veteran of the United States Navy, a servant leader, a dear friend, a mentor, a part of our family, has committed her life to serving others and is now doing that at the federal level working for the VA. She has helped many people in this room, and she continues to help folks with every breath, every day. Kim Mitchell. I'd like to invite Marine veteran Sean McLean to join us up here on stage. In and out of uniform, Sean is committed to Semper Fidelis and now serves as a part of the leadership team at the Herschel Woody Williams Veterans Medical Center. It's hard for me to get through this little next part here, Sean. On the morning in the wee hours when Woody passed, I saw a Marine in dress blues round the corner. Strong and ready. And it was Sean. Thank you, Sean. I'd like to welcome our board member and dear friend, Marine Corps veteran Dan Haddix, to join us, please. I didn't know if it was a good idea to put two Marines together, but I figured if we put Kim there to kind of offset, maybe we could keep him out of trouble. Dan serves his community not only through our foundation, through the Marine Corps League, through serving other veterans. He does it passionately. He does it the right way, and he leads from the front. Thank you so much, Dan. I'd like to welcome Gold Star daughter, Colleen Shine. Colleen is the daughter of Lieutenant Colonel Anthony Shine. Colleen commits herself to fighting tirelessly on behalf of her fellow Gold Star family members. She represents that long gold line. Thank you, Colleen. I'd like to welcome a dear friend, Gold Star daughter, Cindy Stonebreaker Reed. Cindy's father, Lieutenant Colonel Kenneth Stonebreaker, is still missing. She has devoted her life to serving her fellow brothers and sisters that are on that wall and those whose loved ones have not yet come home. Her heart is bigger than this building. Thank you, Miss Cindy. I'd like to welcome another part of our foundation family, still serving, Randy Stillinger. Randy, not only a distinguished officer in the United States Army and Army Reserve, serves every day in his day job at American Airlines, serving veterans and military families. He's the guy that picks up the phone, makes it happen, and calls you. And when you call, you answer and you say, yes, let's do it. And it could be everything from helping a veteran, sending care packages to those deployed, and he always does it for the right reason and the right way. And we honor him tonight. Randy, thank you for being with us. I'd like to welcome Chris White. Chris, an honorary board member. And dear friend of our family, flew Woody around all over the United States. He himself, a veteran of law enforcement. We always felt safe. Even when one of the engines went out, he told us that the other engine would get us to the crash site. Yeah. Chris also was a part of building the monument in Grove City, Ohio, continues to support this foundation, and most importantly, continues to serve Gold Star families alongside his family. Thank you, Chris. We honor you now. I'd like to invite Gold Star father, Ed Martin. Ed and his lovely wife, Candy, both with distinguished service records in the United States Army, gave one of their own, their son Tom, who gave his life for all of us. Ed, we honor you tonight, and we honor your family. Thank you for being here. Dave Shively. We welcome you to the stage, Dave. Dave is family. He has been a part of our family since well before the foundation even began. He's one of our original founding board members. He is wholly committed to this mission. He's always there to help with his time, talent, and treasure. Dave, we welcome you and we honor you and your commitment to the mission. Captain Ryan Gallagher, United States Marine Corps. Captain Gallagher is one of those individuals that when you meet, you see something special in. You are thankful that he's got our six, and you're thankful that he's there to take care of everyone else. He was assigned to our family upon the death of my grandfather. We got to know him very quickly, and he never left my mother's side. He never left our family's side, and he continues to be at our side. Captain Gallagher, we honor you and thank you. And lastly, but certainly not least, we welcome Gunnery Sergeant Skylar Carney from the Sissonville High School Junior ROTC unit, who presented the collars tonight. Skylar represents the future, the leadership that does exist in this country and within our youth. And we're glad it's in your hands, Skylar. You wear the uniform well, and we honor you as a part of this ceremony tonight. And now we ask each one of you from down the way there, starting with Bernie, to pass this flag to the person to your left. This is a symbol of their commitment to the mission, and it's a symbol that each and every one of you are a part of. It's a symbol that we will carry the mission forward. Generation after generation, we will never forget. The cause is greater than I. Could we please honor these flag bearers and our honorees tonight for their service to Gold Star families, our country, and our community. Skylar, if you could lead from the front. We have a gift for you from Ed, part of our team right here. It's a commemorative Blenko sun catcher. And if you don't know Blenko, Blenko is an amazing glass company that's a part of West Virginia. Many of those pieces had a home in Woody's house and my grandmother's house. We want you to have that as a small token of our appreciation. Could we thank these flag bearers and honorees one more time, please?
At this time, we welcome Medal of Honor recipient James McLuhan to perform the song Hero.
Boy, I wished I would have wrote the song, but I didn't write this song. You know, it was July the 31st, 2017, when I received the medal 48 years after my action as a combat medic from President Trump. The next day, as all other Medal of Honor recipients experience, I was inducted into the Hall of Heroes. And I told the audience at the beginning, I don't know if you know this or not, you have to be old enough to know this, but in 1970, early 1970s, there was a song written, "Short people have no reason to live." And then I said, this sure beats the hell out of that, doesn't it? When I got done speaking, I went back to my seat. And rushing down the aisle was this guy literally shorter than me. And it was Woody. And Woody had his coin, and he reached his hand out and he said, "Welcome to the family." That's Woody. It mattered not how old he got or how old the recipient was. I'm sure he said that to a lot of people. Cherie and I were elated when we heard we were going to be able to be at this event. I often tell people she's much more important than I am. I don't know if you know her or not, but she's married to a Medal of Honor recipient. But to be a part of something like this is amazing. This song was introduced by Mariah Carey many years ago. And of course, she's turned into a marvelous musician. And it really talks to the Gold Star family. And I really, when I first decided this is the one that I needed to sing, I know that Woody would say to you, listen to the words of this song, because Mariah Carey is talking to you. I just read an article about a young mother that lost her 2-year-old son. It doesn't matter what age the person in your family was. You will agree with what she said. She was told it would get better. And she said, no, it will never get better. Please listen to these words. Whoa, whoa, there's a hero if you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you'll cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold, but you can find a love if you reach into yourself, and the sorrow that you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the hope to carry on, and you'll cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. The Lord knows dreams are hard to follow, but don't let anyone tear them away. Hold on, and there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you'll cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, reach inside you and be strong, and you'll finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you. That a hero lies in you.
Well, this concludes this part of the ceremony. Mr. McLuhan, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Another round of applause for him, please. You're all heroes. You are all heroes for doing this, for being here, for being a part of Woody's legacy and continuing to preserve that legacy. And this inaugural Woody Williams Legacy of Service was a good one, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's do it again, Chad. All right. Special thanks to our Medal of Honor recipients tonight. Woody Williams family and Woody Williams Foundation. Our Gold Star families, thank you so much. Our veterans and your families, thank you. So we're going to end here, and I need to remind you, or at least encourage you, Chad asked me, to join the Caretaker Society if you have not done so. We're going to lift up and we're going to head to the lobby area and have what? Some birthday cake and ice cream, as Woody would want us to have that. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great night.